welcome to my channel. Today we're stepping up our nail art game with something truly stunning, Mylar Geode Nails. If you're wondering, how did they do that? This video is for you. I will help you create these jaw-dropping, crystal-inspired nails, and it's easier than you think. Be sure to stick around till the end because I have a bonus tip that will save you time and elevate your manicure to the next level. You definitely don't want to miss it. So grab your supplies and let's get started on this super sparkly nail journey. You will need a base coat, a top coat, a few colors of nail polishes, your Mylar flakes, tweezers, scissors, and a clean area to work on. Alright, the first step to these nails, and any nails you do, is a base coat. I'm just using OPI Natural Nail Base Coat. And I got this little Mylar nail kit off of Amazon. It's got like 12 colors or something, but you can get any of these Mylar kits off of there. I will link the ones that I liked in the description. Basically, you're sticking the Mylar pieces in your base coat while it's still wet. If for some reason you aren't able to work fast enough or the pieces of Mylar are not cooperating, you can dab on a little bit more base coat in the area that you're working on and just drop in those pieces of Mylar. You might need to cut these actually because some of them are a little bit too big for your nail, and the smaller pieces that you have, the better. I'm actually using a set of tweezers that came with a nail kit, but literally any tweezers would do. And I'm just trying to work quickly while the polish is still wet. I'm adding a little bit more here as I go. You definitely are going to have to add more because even I couldn't work fast enough. And I later found it helpful to have these, all the pieces cut out and on like a small plate so that you will have everything you need ahead of time. And probably the hardest thing about this nail art was getting those little pieces on my tweezer. So you can dab a little bit of nail polish on your tweezer and then that Mylar will stick right to it if you want to do it that way. Right here, of course I'm off camera, I was just adding a little bit of a milky sheer color. I thought it would make this look more opalescent. I didn't end up liking it very much. It kind of just clouded it up for me and I didn't use it on the rest of the nails. So here, after my base coat is fairly dry, I dabbed on some purples and pinks with my handy dandy sponge ombre tool, which I will link in the description. I have no idea why I didn't own this earlier in my career. This thing has been a total game changer. So putting these colors on underneath, I have my nail palette here. You're basically just adding some color to go behind the Mylar. The Mylar is colored, but I just felt like this would really, kick it up a notch or two. And a little cleanup. But so yeah, then I'm gonna do some white veins like that you would see like in marble. And I'm using a striper brush, which I will link below. And these, don't have to be super exact because you're going to be covering it up with Mylar. You basically just need to see, a vein here and there. And when I put the Mylar on, I'm careful to avoid those veined areas because you don't want to cover up your white lines. So here I'm just adding, some white on there. Sorry, I'm not on camera very well. But yeah, you definitely want to put a few lines on there because I really noticed that this added a lot to my design. And instead of polishing the whole nail, I am just putting it on kind of like the base area, the bottom area of my nail. And I also had a bunch of Mylars cut to size and put on my little nail palette. So this was what was kind of a game changer for me in this whole nail art process. It made it very easy to pick these little pieces up. I could see them pretty clearly on my little palette, and I'm just putting them on my nail. I kind of chose pink and purple for this one, for the Mylar. Of course, I can't get this one off. And you're gonna struggle with this too a little bit, but just keep your tweezers clean. And if you need to pick one up, you can, you know, dip it into your polish a little bit and get the tip wet, and then put your Mylar pieces on. That way it'll grab it right up for you. Here I'm adding more base coat to get more wet polish, and I'm finishing up with these Mylar pieces. This one's looking pretty nice. Moving on to the next one here. I'm putting a top coat on this one before I move on to the next nail. Okay, I'm going to move on to a blue nail. So I'm cutting little pieces of blue Mylar. There's two colors that I have. And I've already dabbed on some kind of like a periwinkle color. You could use a more royal blue color if you wanted, but this is what I had and I liked it underneath. So I'm doing some more veins and doing it like a different pattern than the last nail. And a little bit more base coat here so I can start to put on my Mylar flakes. And also, again, not covering up those veins entirely because you want to be able to see them through your design. So doing an assortment of different colors. I know you can't really tell the colors, but I definitely, you know, could tell when I was doing it. Just keep them kind of separate on your little palette so you can add a little bit of this one and a little bit of that one, and just do a mixture of different colors on your nail. And this was probably my favorite one. I actually really liked the blue one for some reason. They all were really pretty, honestly, but this blue one for some reason was the one that I liked the best. Just speeding this up for you. You're welcome. I didn't feel like having you sit through 20 minutes of Mylar tutorial. You get the point. Look at that one. Oh, it's beautiful. These were all so pretty, honestly. Every single one turned out great. So that one had a little piece sticking up, and you just need to smash it down into the polish or snip it off with your nippers. Here I had another one sticking up, so you're going to run into that on these. Don't forget your base coat between each layer. Let that dry a little bit, and I'm dabbing on some, you know, teal green color. I think it kind of contrasted nicely because the Mylars were more like lime green. So I didn't do veins on this one for some reason, and I got it on my pinky there. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to do the veins. I don't know, maybe I will after I get the Mylar pieces on. Speeding this up again for you. You don't need to, I mean, it's a lot of monotonous work, you know, but gosh, these nails sure turned out nice, and I think they're worth all the effort, you know. I mixed a little bit of the yellow Mylar in with the green, and it just turned out so great. Just gonna speed this up for you again. Make sure you have plenty of Mylars cut out and set aside because you might use more than you think. And be sure to pat down your design there. Those little Mylars like to stick up. I'm pretty sure my nail enthusiasts will have the patience for this nail art design because it does take a little bit of patience, but it's worth it. So I decided to put some white veins on this one after I saw it kind of just looked a little different than the others. So it's okay to put the veins on afterwards. I mean, you know, there's no rhyme or reason. Look at those. Oh, so pretty. All right, now my red and orange nail, I'm, you know, dabbing on my colored polishes there over my base coat, of course. And it looks like I cut myself, but that's just polish. Just clean that off. And the thumb is a bigger nail, so you definitely don't really want to coat the whole nail with your base coat. Just pick up, you know, put on enough that you can work with, and then just start putting your Mylars on. I did decide to put the vein on this one also. I'm mixing it with the base coat to thin out the polish. You could also use acrylic paint. So it's up to you, whatever you have on hand. You can mix acrylic paint over regular polish. You could put it over gel polish. It doesn't really matter. I just had my white nail polish handy, so I'm thinning it out with base coat to make it, you know, not so white. For those of you that made it till the end, I've got a pro tip for you. After your polish has dried entirely, you can seal in this design with a gel top coat. In beauty school, they tell you not to do that because it can crack your polish underneath, but there's so much stuff going on underneath here with the Mylars and stuff. It's not going to hurt this design. In fact, I did it on my own hands here for this design, and it didn't crack my polish at all. So feel free to use a gel top coat after everything is dried. Here's a mini blooper reel for you. I was struggling with this Mylar. I couldn't get it to stick to the nail. It was stuck to the tweezer. Laugh now, but this might happen to you if you do these nails. Just take a deep breath. I hope you liked that tutorial today and are inspired to create these nails yourself at home. They were so blingy and flashy. I got so many compliments on them. It's always kind of a popular topic between me and my clients at the salon. Hey, what's on your nails today? I have to take off my gloves and show them at the end. And if you liked this video, please hit that subscribe button. I'm still trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can get my channel monetized. Basically, that just means that I can start earning money from the ads on my channel. Liking and subscribing and leaving comments are ways to help my channel grow. If you'd like to do one more thing to help my channel grow, click on the marble nail art video at the end. Thank you so much for stopping by. God bless.